If you go to somebody and it is clear that in your heart you think that person is an idiot and you don't like them, and if there's any way on God's green earth you can get this done without them, you do it. It doesn't matter what comes out of your mouth. They know you don't like them, and they don't care what else you have to say. And it's people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. People don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. Nobody can come to you and tell you, you're an idiot, do what I say. Even if they're right. Even if they have a point. If the first way they come to you is you're such a stupid, backwards fool that you need me to explain to you something, you're not going to listen. Now, if somebody comes to you and says, I think you're great, I think you're wonderful, I appreciate you, I've studied everything about you, I admire you, and here's a way where you could be even better, and they give that same advice, you know what you call that person? A consultant. You will pay money to that person. Same advice. So the first thing I said, we have to get our hearts right. Do you love the country or not? Do you love the region or not? If you love the region, you gotta love everybody in it, including the ones that don't agree with you. And if you don't really love them, they can tell. You can't fake it. So if our hearts are right, look, I tell you, listen, I'm still, I'm not on the left side of Pluto, but I'm probably on the left side of Mars. I mean, I'm still a progressive. I can go anywhere in this country, talk to anybody. I love this country. When I say I love America, though, I mean I love Americans. I love the people who are here. And I get it. If you're some white guy right now, and you're 45 years old, 46 years old like I am, and you're looking at all these changes, and you're looking at your pocketbook, you're looking at your kids you can barely communicate with, and all this technology, and everything you were brought up with being turned upside down, and you're called a bigot and an idiot because you don't necessarily agree with it or understand it. And where can you turn? And who cares about you? And then here we come telling them, and by the way, the world's going to end if you don't change everything. We got to respect everybody. People don't understand me. The last time I went to jail, I love saying it. Last time I went to jail, it wasn't in Ferguson. I was in Ferguson for CNN. Last time I went to jail, it wasn't in Oakland. I've been a million protests in Oakland. Last time I went to jail, I was marching with the coal miners last summer, who are getting ripped off by the big coal companies, having their pensions thrown in the garbage can, after they've risked their lives and their lungs and their limbs for us to keep the lights turned on. Now these big coal companies don't want to honor their contracts. And I said, listen, I went out to talk. And you see 55-year-old white guys who've given their whole lives to a coal company. They're trying to march. And my stupid self didn't have enough sense. And while we're marching, to start to get a chant going. They can't chant. They don't have the lung capacity. They're literally marching with their oxygen. And you shake their hands are hard as bricks. They aren't looking for welfare. They're just looking for the pension they risk their lives to get. And the courts are turning them away. And I said, this is worse than anything I've seen in Oakland. This is worse than anything I've seen in New Orleans, worse than anything I've seen in East St. Louis, to have these guys out here, America's heroes, risking their lives and their limbs and their lungs and giving away 20, 30 years to a coal company, and then they can't even get a pension in America. That's wrong. That's wrong. If we don't start sticking up for each other, look, I mean it, man. When I say solidarity, I mean it. If we can't stick up for each other and know right from wrong, the left and right don't matter nothing. Right versus wrong. Right versus wrong. Now listen, if you have a movement like that, people want to be around it. They're not going to agree with you at first. You know why? Because you're not right on everything. You don't know everything. I don't. But we got to get our hearts right.